All right, so now you are getting together one picture that you're going to do a final portrait on. And again, this portrait should showcase everything that you've learned from like beginning to current time. You're going to use your layers, you're going to rename your layers, you're going to use layer styles and blend modes. You're going to use layer masking, and those are all things I really want to encourage you. I just want to remind you though, please do not do anything to your original layer. That's where you lose out on a lot. I can't see what your first picture looked like to see the amazing changes that you've made. So always gut reaction should be Control J to copy that layer. So now you're automatically going to have this all preserved on your background layer. Don't touch it. If you're afraid to touch it, turn off your visibility. And then if you try to do something to it, generally you'll get some error messages back. Okay? So what we're looking at here is to change this portrait. If I come on here and I make a new layer, I'm going to start off with good practice and rename it right away. I'm going to go ahead and put my eyes in, and let's say I'm going to go kind of alien-like, or actually like maybe lizard. Maybe I'll do like the creature from the Black Lagoon or something. Maybe I'll put some, what color should his eyes be? Okay, I'm hearing blue. I'll pick like a really, if I don't like that color in particular, I can go ahead and change it out. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to go with this. Okay. So I'm going to come into my eye brushes. You guys have a lot of those downloaded already. You just have to kind of search for them a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spend time. Some of you guys have already come to see me about resizing your brushes. Beautiful. Please keep that up. I'm going to go ahead and put that purple in there. I'm going to come over here and put that purple in here. It's like a purplish blue. And then I'm going to erase with a hard-edged eraser, mostly hard. I'm going to erase right over there just to blend that back. Okay? That is pretty normal. But what I'm going to show you right now is not. Okay, so get ready for it. I am going to figure out what I want for my layer blend mode. I kind of like that one, I think. I can also come in here and I can find that there's like the center portion. Maybe I'm going to go from purple to yellow. Use two different ones then. Some of you are like, wow, that's not a complete eye. Well, yes, it is if you're working together on that, okay? So again, I'm on lighten. I'm going to probably have to go back. No. I'm going to keep it there. I'm going to actually just go ahead and make a new layer. Eye yellow. Okay, so I'm going to go on there. I am on an eraser. That's why no one stopped me. There we go. Okay, I'm going to come in there with that yellow. I've mixed up my colors now. I'm going to come back with my eraser. Get a normal eraser. And reduce the hardness just a little bit. Now I'm going to show you about merging. You guys are going to need to merge. Let me zoom out. You can see what that looks like. You guys are going to actually need to merge some of these changes down into the previous layer or the lower layer, whatever that may be. So you need to figure out how to do that and when it's actually appropriate. Like I like that one a lot. Okay? So I'm going to go to the top layer. I'm going to Control E. Okay? So Control E will move that down. And then I'm going to Control E again. And actually I might change that out. You can see, there we go. Overlay is what I like. And then I'm going to control that right onto my picture. Take a look. Control E. Notice now my eyes are directly on my picture. I've told you before not to do that, but there are cases where you need to do that. And that case would be, for example, if I need to do a something in the liquify menu. I'm going to go to liquify, and I'm going to bloat my eyes larger. Okay? So those eyes have become larger. I can also take and use the smudge tool, make it smaller. Sorry, computer's lagging a little bit. Wow, it's really lagging. And I can actually go ahead and reshape my eyes. Okay, so I'm going to reshape those, make them a little maybe buggier. Okay, so that's done. I can also pull my, maybe I want to pull my mouth in. Maybe I want to pull my nose in. Little cosmetic surgery. Okay, so I've just done all that. Maybe I want, I'm wanting to do some Botox. I don't know. Whatever it is you want to do, this is the opportunity. But we're just going to kind of play around with this one. So I already have in here a web page where I found some texture. And you guys want to find some texture because that's what's going to help you put some ideas of what it is you might want on your creature over the top. So this one is really cool. I might even view more because I like that one a lot. And try to get some different textures in there that are going to work out well. Now you also want to watch for size. Go to your search tools, just like that, size, large. You want to make sure you have a bigger image to start with. Don't give me little images. So I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to edit, and I'm going to paste that one on here. Notice it comes in another layer. Control T. I can now stretch it. Now notice I'm not holding the shift key. It's okay. I don't have to hold the shift key on this particular one because it doesn't matter if it stretches out of shape. Press the enter key. And now I can look and see when I use these layer blend modes, kind of what's happening there. Now, of course, some of them will work really well. Some of them will not work well at all. But you're going to recover some information. And maybe these scales are too big. I'm thinking, oh, that's pretty cool with that red. I'm going to keep it there just for the heck of it. All right. Now look. Take a look. I'm going to go on a layered mask. And on that mask, again, black conceals, white reveals. I'm going to take that black layer mask with my brush, normal brush, and I'm going to start removing some texture from certain areas, like in the eyes. Okay? I can lighten up. Let's say I want to remove it from the hair as well. I'm going to put something else over there. I can actually use that layer mask to block it. But if I go through and like, oh, normally you would have just deleted your information. Instead, I could change my brush to white. And because I'm using a layer mask, I can now recover what I accidentally deleted. Okay? So in this case, you're going to continue going through layering things on. Now, you'll notice that I also had a second one. So that's one way you could work on something from scratch. So when we're looking at using other items, you guys are going to potentially want to create yourself into maybe like a sugar skull. If you're looking at this, what you'll see is I have a variety of layers on here. Like this one right here is a lip color. This one right here, notice I haven't gotten to renaming yet. Keep up with it. There's my eyelashes. Lip. What's this one? Turn it on and off. Eye color, etc. Okay? How did I do this? When I go into here, let me go back to the beginning one. I have a variety of things that I may want to place on here. So this is a brand new technique. Again, this is a brand new technique. If I go to File and Place, this is really, really important because you will need to do this probably quite a bit. These are for saved images. When I File and Place, you're going to locate where those particular files are at. And if I go to my, if I go to my PC, I'm going to go ahead and find the P drive, and you'll find that mine are on the P drive. Yours may be saved on the desktop. You're going to find yours there. Again, classes, glaze, sugar skulls, right here. There are various images. So if I go in here and I pick, well, let's say I want to change so I see what it is. I'm going to go right here. There we go. This has some really cool information. So if I want to start putting this on here, I can actually select this one and say place. And what will come on in just a moment is something called a smart object. That smart object I can then take and stretch to fit appropriately where it would belong in my drawing. Now, what I have done is I've actually deleted parts and I erased parts and pasted it again to move things around. So you can do that. Again, it's a little bit more advanced for my advanced students. Place those on there, press the Enter key. So I've got that skull pattern on there. Now, if I really want to make it wider, I can Control T or Edit, Free Transform, widen it up a little bit. If you look, though, this would be a Photoshop fail. Designs going over my head takes you out of reality. It doesn't actually work well. So, if I go to erase, I do want to show you the not sign. When you place an item, when you go to File, Place, it will come up, and if you look right here, Smart Object Thumbnail. It is a smart object which will let you resize it and move it around, but it will not allow you to do a lot of different things like erase from it. Key here. Right click on the blue and rasterize the layer. That will now change it to an editable layer. Now it's a regular picture layer, does not have that little symbol in the corner. Now I can actually come in and erase those things that do not belong on there. Now, one thing that you may decide to do on here is, instead of erasing all of that, to do a layer mask. For those of you that had to copy and paste a few times to get it right, a layer mask, go to your black, remove, make sure you're on your brush, remove that part, and if you accidentally go like that or you change your picture size, you can go on your layer mask, switch your color to white, and recover the information. That's the beauty of a layer mask. So again, you guys are going to take some time today to figure out if you're going with a skull. It should be decorative. There should be many layers. You should be placing a variety of things and going over to here and say you want to put a skull mouth. Find a really cool skull mouth and import that. Like this one is actually really cool. Not a good angle for me. It won't match up very well with my head, but I might be able to view more and take a look and see what is out there. Let's say I want to put this one in there. I'm going to go ahead and copy it. Go ahead back here. Let me get rid of this. I'm going to go ahead and paste it. Hello? Oh. Let's see what's going on. There we go. Go ahead and paste it. And then I can actually come in here with a layer mask as well. I can start erasing, getting rid of a bulk of this information. Notice I use a bigger brush to get that curve just right. Go right into here. Get rid of a lot of that. Again, do a layer mask. That would help out a lot. I'm just going to pretend that's done. Move this into place. Control T. And then I'm going to actually fit it. Rotate it a little bit to match up with the angle of my face. And there, that skull face is. Obviously, I would want to do that a little bit more. Now, I could also use a layer blend mode. I could overlay that to have it come through a little bit more. I could, like, that's a hard light. That actually doesn't look too bad. Some of them will look awful. Some of them will look really interesting. So again, you guys, lots of possibilities, but save those images, paste them, or Control V, or place them into your finished work. Have fun.